What is going on? This is Altone, otherwise known as Alton Hampton, and current president, still on the board for the Lake of the Woods Community RC. We had our members meeting yesterday, and I don't have it with me because it was given. Well, we did do the giveaway of the UDRC Raid Shark for our members that joined for 2026 before December the 1st. We did that yesterday, and that was fantastic. We had our board meeting and our members meeting, had a couple of members show up, and we really talked a little bit about what we're doing next year. One of the things that I found personally is I am not a corporate person. Of course, I've always known that. What I mean is the official structure of a board meeting, that kind of stuff. I fumble through that stuff a little bit. I mean, that's not my strong suit. However, we got some things accomplished, and I shared some thoughts and ideas. I have a lot of things that I want to get done as far as, again, having this club as an outlet or a place or a hobby and a community of people with interest in. Right now, I have this big heavy lift drone from Radio Link, and I'm wearing a Radio Link shirt because I just finished recording a YouTube video for my Altone RC Pro YouTube channel, which is very small and I'm working on, but just sharing some of the things that I plan on doing there. But one of the things that I say all the time is everything that I do, for the most part, I try is basically focused on a couple of or a few things. One, I have a major passion for electronics, mechanics, CAD design, 3D printing. I love all of this. Packaged together is something that will allow you to be able to create things yourself that are answers to problems in your own personal community. Right? And so this is a direction that I'm taking, in a thought process behind it. One of the things is, if you happen to be retired and you're looking for a hobby, some places you can tinker, you've been into mechanics or engineering in some way, shape, or form, and you just want something that you can enjoy and you can just tinker with yourself. I mean, the RC hobby is a place for you. There's a place there for you, because you could possibly take a ton of that knowledge and be able to apply it to something like a drone or some RC cars or RC boat or something like that. We've got woodworkers in the community that I know could build phenomenal RC scale boats, and a few that already have. You can then take that skill and stuff, instead of doing it necessarily for work, you can do it as a hobby, and then share that experience and share what you do, not just with fellow retired individuals in the community, but also share it with the youth, so that you can spark that creativity, spark that interest in them to want to carry on something that you have a love for, or something that you've developed a talent for. That's what it's about, and that's why Lake of the Woods Community RC is more than just an AMA club focused on flying RC, balsa wood RC aircraft. We're in having the flying fields all across the nation. It's not just about that, even though we're a part of that. It's about, if you have, maybe you don't want to fly a drone, maybe you don't want to fly anything, but yet you have a passion for, like I said, tinkering. And you find that RC plane, a nice little RC crawler, what we call an RC crawler, which I have one right here. I don't want to stop the video to grab one, but you might find that actually one that I have and I recommend for the club is one here. You might find that this tinkering and doing some upgrades to something like this is something that's great for you. I have an RC, a 24-inch RC tugboat that I sunk, that I'm now, since I sunk it, is more toy grade than it is hobby grade. I'm actually going to turn it into a hobby grade RC boat. And I plan on removing the motor out of that, putting a brushless system in it, changing out the receiver, possibly putting some extra lights on it. I plan on doing some things, and I just sitting here doing this video, I just came up with that idea. I plan on doing some things with that RC tugboat and making it more capable than it was when I initially received it. And it's not a terribly expensive RC tugboat. So there's so many things that I want to share with the community as my passions, but also being able to interest the youth. I plan on building a drone cage sometime in 2026. Didn't get a chance to really talk about that during the meeting yesterday, but that's one of the things I want to do. We did briefly talk about, and also I've already mentioned to the Pools and Activities Committee that I'd like to do a technological like STEM job fair type day for the youth in the community, focused on maybe fourth and fifth graders, focused in that level. And there's reasons for that, and I won't go into them in this video, but, and of course, if there's interest, we can do additional. And this is the other thing. I have specific interest in the RC hobby because the RC hobby is huge. It is a huge hobby, and there's so many different paths you can take within the RC hobby. I have specific interest in knowledge in certain areas. I know how to fix a balsa wood fixed wing aircraft and put new covering on it, thanks to our president of our Culpeper Club, who taught me how to do this. He also taught me how to fly fixed wing. I learned how to fly FPV on my own using flight simulators. I understand, and I'm learning how to program, and this is a flight controller, very similar to some that is used in very, very expensive RC aircraft. This is a really nice flight controller that I want to actually use on I have a project to build an RC fixed wing aircraft that will fly autonomous missions. And I want to be able to, and my intent is to build it in a way that it makes it easy for me to share and show how it works to the community, to youth, to anyone who is interested in seeing what the capabilities are. I'm wearing a Radio Link shirt because Radio Link is actually has sponsored my YouTube channels and a sponsor of it, by way of that, also a sponsor of our club, as well as a couple of other RC related brands such as Start RC. Also Holystone and DRC have been working with me for quite some time. I'm actually trying to see if I can find a couple of 3D printer manufacturers that will actually partner with me. I'm going to do it regardless of whether they partner with me or not, but it'll be a whole lot easier because I'm on a strict budget with everything I do if they do partner with me to do that as well. But Radio Link, this is a heavy lift drone from Radio Link, not one that I would actually, I'm not going to promote this to the club for anybody to fly unless you have a ton of flying skills, but it is one that they it was a return of theirs that is functional but needs some work, that they allowed me to they essentially gave to me for me to put back together and get it working and flying again. I'll do some content on this particular drone for them, and I can then use it. I've already used it as a display model or as a display. For the STEM portion of the Airfest last year, I had it sitting on the desk so kids could see it and ask questions about it. But I'm actually going to get this guy up and running, and I'm going to be putting it's going to be my center lifter, which essentially means I'm going to have a professional camera on here, and I'll be using this to take professional photos and videos with in the future. That's my plans for this. And again, with everything I do, the way I do it, I plan on making sure that I do things in a way that I can then use it as a teaching tool or display model that I can express and show kids or anyone who is interested how these things actually work. So, like I said, we had a great meeting yesterday. I really am hoping, if you're not a member of Lake of the Woods Community RC as of yet, that you'll consider joining. Thankfully, financially, we're doing pretty well, mostly because we did not spend very much last year. Most of our costs last year was donated, so it was not necessary for us to come out of our finances for what our members' fees actually pay for in order for us to initially get the club going. However, in the future, the members' fees are actually what's going to pay for that. And our membership fees, we've kept them very low on purpose, but enough that with a minimal amount of members, we should be able to not only keep the membership or keep the club going with its financial requirements, including the insurance associated with the club, but also be able to do other events and things as well. So next year we do have some plans. I actually will share with you quickly. Next year, most likely, unless I get something a little bit better than this that I decide to give away, I do have another car that I'm thinking about doing a giveaway on. As a sponsor of the club myself, I'm going to be donating this plane, and I have a few others that are very similar to this. This is basically a 3-channel RC plane, and is more than appropriate for flying here in our RC field. I have a few others, and and again, this is DRC. They've been gracious enough to send this out to me so I can try it out, and then I can share that experience with you. And I'm going to donate it to the club. So this is going to be in one of our giveaways next year. And I'm also going to do some additional giveaways for our members next year of other RC products or tools or things of that nature that I think are very valuable for our members to have, or our members might get an opportunity to enjoy. I have a lot of access to a lot of these things, and so I just want to I want to share that with our members in our community. And I can tell you this by itself is a giveaway item. If you were to purchase it, the price of this plane by itself overly cover your AMA membership, and may even overly cover your membership to the club as well. The car that we just gave away, the cost of the car, even at a discount, totally covers the price of membership for AMA and the club membership. And just to make that clear, so that you're aware, we do have some, but very limited activities that the community can participate in without being members. However, the majority of our activities require membership. If it's a simple demonstration, only our members will be participating in the demonstration, or other AMA members, because there's insurance associated with that. If it is something that you would be doing or participating in from the aspect of flying something, driving something, or piloting something of that nature, then the AMA membership is also a requirement, because you are insured by the AMA, and that covers a requirement or a request by our association for the club to be active in the community. So wanted to make that clear. So AMA membership, and then our membership, and that again is the reason why we keep our membership. We're not going to go up on our membership fees, because we're not maintaining any equipment currently, and we're not maintaining a site currently. So if it ever turns out that we are, hopefully we'll have the membership to cover that. But at this point, we don't have to really maintain anything. We just need to be able to function. None of our officers are paid. Everyone is volunteered, including myself, which is, again, current president, and I'm pretty sure I'll be president come next year. But that's essentially the direction that we're taking. So I do thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Especially if you're still watching, then you probably have an interest. You might have some questions. So make sure that you go to the Lake of the Woods Community RC website, www.LOWCRC.com. There's a ton of information there. The YouTube channel's there. The Facebook channel link is there. You can find currently everything, including our email and our membership information, as well as AMA information and FAA regulation information. Link to the drone zone if you need to register your RC aircraft, or yourself. So thank you so much. I know that's a lot of information I just threw out at you, but I felt like it was necessary for me to share that. today while I was sitting here. I hope that this helps you out in some way. I hope to see you at one of the events. I appreciate all of the support that's been given by the community, as well as the other local clubs in the area. I really, truly appreciate that. Thank you all, and I truly hope to see you soon at one of our events. Take care.